but effective.
Welcome to another episode of Boring but Effective. We have the fabulous Emma Munday with us today from Scanlan Carroll Lawyers. Welcome, Emma.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's great to be in the office here in Kew. Now, tell us, what are some of the services you guys provide?
We are a general boutique law firm. We've been in Kew for 35 years. Our areas of practice are commercial law, litigation, employment, family, estate planning, estate litigation.
Amazing. That sounds terrific. There's a bit going on with estate planning at the moment after the budget. So
always keeps it interesting.
Yeah. Now, you're an estate planning specialist, administration and litigation as well. Give us a couple of examples of how important of getting this advice right via Scanlan Carroll is for. It can be potentially nasty and costly if you don't get it right.
Yeah, always the way. I think some people put off preparing their wills or their powers of attorney because it can feel a bit real, thinking about what's going to happen to me if I can't make my decisions anymore, if I pass away. So people put it off. A really good example of why it's better to deal with it now rather than leave it for your loved ones. Preparing a will costs somewhere between $500 and $1,000, depending on how complicated it is. If you die without a will, your wishes may not be upheld, which is very costly for the family. They're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars arguing as to who should receive what you own. The other example is preparing powers of attorney. So powers of attorney are documents that operate so that you can have someone go to the bank for you, sign a contract for you, make medical decisions for you. If you have one, it costs $330 plus GST. If you don't have one, you have to go to VCAT, and it's a very timely and costly exercise, probably around $10,000.
Oh, wow.
To get VCAT to make orders as to who can make decisions for you. And it's like too late at that point for you to make the document yourself. You've lost capacity. You have to go to the tribunal, and your spouse, your daughter, your son has to make that application. And it's costly, stressful, quite upsetting.
That's definitely sounds costly. I mean, it's very cheap in the end, the initial cost to see you guys and get it right,
100%.
as opposed to when you move into those government organisations and all that sort of jazz, that adds up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because you're not here to say what you want anymore. So the court or the tribunal have to try and infer what's in your best interest, what's in the best interest of those around you. It's quite an exercise.
Now, give us a couple of examples of you've had where clients have come into you where unfortunately they didn't have their stuff in place, and how have you guys gone around fixing that and make sure that the clients get their wishes seen to?
So it depends what's happened thus far. I think one of the standout matters for me years ago now was a brother wanted to leave everything to his siblings. He had a very very valuable unit trust in the family that was from his parents and his grandparents. It's been in the family for some time, and he wanted to make sure that the units were transferred to his siblings, so it stayed in the family. He had a complicated family structure with stepchildren and a on-again, off-again spouse. So he wanted to make sure it stayed in the bloodline. The estate planning lawyer who did the will for him years before didn't understand what units in a unit trust were. They got confused because the trustee of the unit was a company. So it thought that the shares in the trustee company were what had the value, not the unit. So in the will, it transferred those shares to the siblings, but it didn't transfer the units, which meant it fell to the on-again, off-again spouse and the stepchild, which was not his intention at all. And we're talking a $10 million mistake. You need to go through an estate planning lawyer that not only is an expert in estate planning, but understands company structures. So I think that's our point of difference here, is that we do commercial work all the time and we do estate planning work all the time. So we're very well versed with what company structures look like. We work very closely with financial advisors and accountants to make sure everything is tidy.
That sounds great. It sounds like there's going to be a bit of change in those structures, no doubt, in the next couple of years by the way things are going. But have you had a chance to review those as yet and see what changes you think will be afoot?
Yeah, it's really case by case. So the proposed changes for testamentary trusts or discretionary trusts, I think the budget calls them, will affect testamentary trusts if they are implemented the next year or so. It doesn't seem as scary as it looks, first of all. One, we speak very closely with accountants and financial advisors to work out who's in your family network. If you're both high income earners anyway, it's not going to be as detrimental. If you are someone that benefits very highly from the tax advantages of a testamentary trust or family discretionary trust, because one person may be a stay-at-home parent and the other one's making a lot of money, we will speak with your accountant and financial advisor to work out a new structure for you. There are always things that we can put in place, whether it just be a company rather than a trust. Maybe we can, we speak with you about, who can draw wages rather than distributions, that kind of stuff. But there's always things that we can do, and people like you and I like a challenge. So we'll find a new thing to
Absolutely. Well,
work towards.
it just seems a bit backward that it won't impact higher income earners, but the lower income earners are the ones that are going to pay more tax.
Yeah, it's probably going to impact people who are, one working parent households that really benefit from that ability to distribute to your spouse, because they might be home with the kids, or they might be working part-time and might not earning as much, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what do you think how does the future look for Scanlan Carroll? And are you adding more services, hiring to enable growth in certain areas? What's the plan?
The plan, we always try and look in the next 6 to 12 months, even up to 5 years. And I'm like particularly passionate about education. I've done my accredited specialization in wills and estates. There are a whole bunch that you can do, and our staff are passionate about all kinds of areas. One of the partners is accredited specialist in commercial law. I have another partner very interested in employment law. I think our few years ahead will be very focused on making sure that we are on top of our areas, continuing to study, continuing to learn, and also mentoring our younger lawyers so they can be the best that they can be.
That's fantastic. There you go, guys. Scanlan Carroll, they've got their specialties. Emma is a fantastic partner here, and they are absolutely at the top of their game, making sure that all the new nuances in the law are covered off. So, hey, thanks for running through that with us, Emma.
Thanks for having me.
No, my pleasure. Now, as you know, we move on to the fun part now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your favorite food?
You sent me this the other day, and I've been thinking about it and just been really hungry since. And I really can't decide. I think I've had to settle on my mum's lasagna because no one else can make it. And also now my kids are obsessed with it, so it's something that we have together.
Amazing. Lasagna. Yeah, you can't beat your mum's lasagna.
No.
That is so good. Now, mum's cooked a magnificent lasagna for you.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the opportunity to invite one person,
Mm-hmm.
living or deceased, in the history of the universe.
Yeah.
Who's joining you?
This was the hardest question. I went through all kinds of scenarios of like the Queen or Princess Diana, but I have to do something quite cheesy and quite personal. My dad's dad passed away when he was 8. So
Right.
I obviously never met him, but I've heard a lot of stories about him, and I would love to meet him to see if the stories live up to the man. And also would love to see my dad as an adult with his dad.
That's amazing. That is, yeah. We didn't get a few of these coming through on Boring but Effective of grandparents and that sort of stuff. It's not cheesy at all. It's quite touching, and that's cool. So, grandpa lasagna
All
that
set.
mum's cooked. That's amazing. Hey, guys, on the screen, Scanlan Carroll here in High Street Q. Check them out for all of your legal needs and financial planning stuff. You know where to find me. Thanks so much, Emma.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Thanks.
See you soon. Boring but effective.